What's up guys, Kill 'em Softly here again with another tips and tricks video. This time I'm going to be talking about how to be a better Caustic player in Apex. I'm going to tell you about some tips that I use in Apex that seem to help me out, and hopefully they'll help you out too. I'm sure most Caustic players know that you can place traps in front of doors in order to block the doorways, but with more and more people learning that you can just shoot the bottom of the traps to get rid of them, what I'll do is go ahead and pre-arm them by shooting them. That way it deters them from coming in the door, and if they do, it's kind of like a static thing that's in the doorway that they have to work around as well, because once you shoot the Caustic trap, it acts as a physical thing in the game world. And another thing that I'll do is if a door has been blown off the hinges or somebody kicked it off, I'll place two traps, one on one side of the door and one on the other side of the doorway. That way I can shoot one of the traps, which can be going off, so I can heal or reload a gun or something like that, or kind of get a fix on the enemy's position. And then while that one's going off, I have another one that I can shoot as soon as it finishes to continuously, hold my ground for the position that I'm in. Another thing that I'll do is after I've killed somebody, or if I'm in the middle of a bunch of firefights or something and I need to grab some loot out of a box, a lot of times you're kind of stuck out in the open when you're looting. So what I'll do as a Caustic is I'll place a trap on top of the player's box. That way I have another little bit of cover to loot the box, and if somebody tries to shoot me while I'm looting the box, most likely they'll shoot the Caustic charge and it'll set it off, giving me even more cover, kind of like a smoke screen. Another thing that I'll do is if we're out in the open and we're getting in a firefight and I see one of my teammates is kind of getting pushed back on their heels, is I'll use my super to kind of make some space between my teammate and the enemy players. And you can also do this to kind of guide the enemies where you want them. For example, in this clip I used it to push them to my flanking position, and that way I was able to get some kills on them. One of the biggest benefits that Caustic has is that he doesn't get affected by Caustic Gas. So if you're going up against a team that has another Caustic, you'll be able to get in there in those tight quarters where he's set his traps off and stuff and just run straight in there and not be affected by it at all. And what I like doing is going in there and throwing down my own traps. That way they're going off, and it's kind of confusing for the enemy team because it's already disorienting if they have teammates that are in their gas, but all of a sudden they're starting to take damage from the gas too, so it becomes real hectic real quick. And you can also not be seen by the Caustic if you're in his gas. As you can see from the clip, I couldn't see him while he was in my gas. And another thing that I did in that clip was I placed traps in the doorways and set them off, again creating a physical object in the doorway so he couldn't maneuver through the doorway and he was kind of stuck in that room, and it gave us the ability to just kind of overwhelm him with grenades and stuff like that. Alright guys, that's all the tips that I have today. I promise I keep it short. If you enjoyed the content, smack the like button, and if you have some thoughts and criticisms about it, leave a comment down below. You can find my gaming schedule on Twitter, and you can follow me on Twitch to see all the potato aiming in full force, all of which are linked down below. Stay soft, gang.